A common concern for any home buyer is their monthly payments, more specifically, how to lower them. Although this has always been a hot topic, the combination of rising home prices and higher than average interest rates has brought it to the forefront. In this video, I'm going to discuss changes in the housing market over the past 5 years, the importance of saving extra money to lower your housing payments, interest rate buydowns, and I'll even show you a real-life example of how rate buydowns impact the overall cost of your home. What's up, everyone? Brand the Mortgage Man here, and I've helped more than 10,000 home buyers over my 22-year career, putting me in the top 1% of loan originators nationwide. So let's get into it. So over the past 5 years, the real estate market has undergone significant shifts, particularly in the dynamic between sellers and buyers. Previously, in a seller's market characterized by a high demand and low inventory, sellers were often in a position of strength and typically reluctant to offer buyer credits or concessions. This reluctance was fueled by the competitive landscape where buyers were willing to forego such perks to secure a property in a heated market. Sellers could comfortably dismiss requests for credits, knowing that multiple offers often pushed the price higher, effectively minimizing the need to negotiate further. As the market has evolved and economic conditions have shifted, sellers have become more willing to offer buyer credits. Factors contributing to this change include a slowdown in housing demand, increasing inventory, and rising interest rates, which have cooled off the previously frenzied pace of home buying. In this more balanced or buyer-favorable market, sellers are more inclined to offer credits or concessions as a strategy to attract buyers and close deals. However, with lower interest rates on the horizon, you can expect increased demand for housing as mortgages become more affordable, which can boost buyers' purchasing power and encourage more people to enter the market. As borrowing becomes cheaper, more buyers are able to afford higher-priced homes, leading to heightened competition among prospective homeowners.
A rate cut this year. If that happens, Neil, I think you could see housing prices go even higher. You could see those home prices go up, in my opinion, 5, 10, 20%. That would be just insane, Neil. You would start to have a buying frenzy again, much like during COVID. So I think right now the good thing is that mortgage rates are high. But if they lower those rates, those prices could skyrocket again.
This surge in demand can shift the market dynamics in favor of sellers, reducing the necessity for them to offer buyer credits or concessions. In a more competitive market driven by lower interest rates, sellers are less inclined to provide credits, as the influx of buyers creates a stronger negotiating position and lessens the need to incentivize offers. So knowing this, something that's going to be extremely important is knowing that you need to save extra money for your purchase, because you're going to have to contribute your own funds. And saving extra money for a home purchase is vital because it allows you to make a larger down payment, which can significantly impact your mortgage terms and overall financial burden. A larger down payment reduces the amount you need to borrow, leading to lower monthly mortgage payments. Additionally, it can help you secure a more favorable interest rate, as lenders often offer better rates to borrowers who can make substantial down payments. This reduction in the loan principal directly decreases the total interest paid over the life of the loan, translating to substantial long-term savings. On top of that, having extra funds on hand can help you avoid private mortgage insurance, or PMI, which is typically required for down payments of less than 20%. By reaching or exceeding this threshold with your savings, you eliminate this additional cost, further lowering your monthly expenses. Beyond immediate savings, these funds also provide financial flexibility for covering closing costs, moving expenses, or initial home improvements, ensuring that your home purchase remains manageable and financially sound in the long term. Now, another thing that you want to consider to be able to reduce your monthly payments are interest rate buydowns. And you should definitely check out my videos that are specific on these buydowns, but there are multiple types. And interest rate buydowns are financing strategy that allow borrowers to reduce their mortgage interest rates by paying additional upfront costs known as discount points. Each point typically costs 1% of the loan amount and can lower the interest rate by approximately 0.375% in today's market, though it can vary. This means that by paying for discount points at closing, you can secure a lower interest rate on your mortgage, which reduces the overall monthly payments and can lead to significant savings over the life of the loan. This strategy is particularly useful for borrowers who plan to stay in their home for an extended period, as the upfront cost of points is offset by long-term savings on the interest. Now, the second type of buydown is a temporary rate buydown. These are the most common types of temporary rate buydowns are a 3-2-1 buydown or a 2-1 buydown, as you may have heard of, which reduce the interest rate for a specified period at the beginning of the loan term. For example, a 2-1 buy down, the interest rate would be reduced by 2% the first year and 1% the second year, before returning to the original rate for the remainder of the loan term. The monthly payments are subsidized with the funds paid up front by either you or the seller in the form of a seller credit, making initial payments more affordable, providing borrowers with a financial cushion as they adjust to the new mortgage. However, the reduction is temporary, and payments will increase once the buy-down period ends. In contrast, a permanent rate buy-down involves paying discount points to lower the mortgage interest rate for the entire term of the loan. This upfront investment leads to a consistent decrease in monthly payments and overall interest costs over the life of the mortgage. While the initial cost is higher, the long-term savings can be substantial, especially for borrowers who plan to remain in the home for many years. Both types of buy-downs offer ways to manage mortgage payments, but the choice between a temporary and permanent buy-down depends on the borrower's financial situation and how long they intend to keep their mortgage. So here's a real-life example of how this works. So to compare the overall cost and savings of a temporary versus a permanent interest rate buy down, I'm going to use a $500,000 loan with a base interest rate of 6.5% over a 30-year term. So for simplicity, let's just use $10,000 as the cost for both a 2-1 temporary buy down and a permanent buy down, paying 2 points. So a permanent buy down first. So the initial scenario we'll say is that the base interest rate 6.5%, as I said, giving a principal and interest payment of $3,160.61. Over 30 years with those terms, you will pay $1,137,722.44. Let's compare this to a permanent rate buy down, paying 2 points, which is going to give a 0.75% reduction in the interest rate. So the reduced rate permanently is 5.75%. The monthly principal and interest payment is $2,917.86. That means the total paid over 30 years is $1,050,431.14. The cost of the 2 points, which is 2% of the loan amount, we said the loan amount is $500,000, is $10,000. So to figure out our total savings, we take what the total amount paid at a 6.5% interest rate, which is the rate before the permanent buy down, which is we said was $1,137,722.44. From that, we subtract the total paid with the 2-point buy down, which is $1,050,431.14. And then we also subtract the $10,000, which is the cost of that buy down. What's left is $77,291.30. What this number represents is the total amount of money you save over 30 years with a permanent rate buy down of 0.75%, which costs you 2 points in this scenario. You save $77,291.30 over the 30 years. Now, let's compare this to a 2-1 temporary buy down, where the rate's 2% lower the first year, 1% lower the second year, and eventually goes to the set rate of 6.5 in this case from year 3 through 30. So the first year you're at 4.5%, your monthly payment's $2,533.43. Your total payments the first year are $30,401.16. Your second year, you go to 5.5%. Monthly payments $28,38.95, and you're going to pay $34,067.34. Now, the remaining 28 years of your 30-year mortgage are going to be at a 6.5% interest rate. We know your principal and interest payment is $3,160.61, which is $1,061,964.96 over the remaining 28 years. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare this. We take all those numbers, we add them together, we come up with $1,127,720.44. The savings on a temporary rate buy down are always going to be equal to the cost of that temporary rate buy down. So in this case, the cost was $10,000, so you're going to save $10,000. Pretty simple. So it really only makes sense when a seller is actually covering that cost for you, because if you're paying the same amount you're saving, there really is no saving. So as you can see, a permanent rate buy down will save substantially more money than a temporary rate buy down over the term of the loan. So it's important you know how long you plan to keep your home and mortgage before choosing which option is best for you. If you find this information helpful, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can continue educating yourself on real estate and mortgages, and make sure to leave a comment below if you have questions about your own scenario. I reply to 100% of the comments left on my videos.